so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and the cares that hung around me through the week seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak when we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I love to climb a mountain and to reach the highest peak, but it doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I love to go out fishing in a river or a creek, but I don't enjoy it half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Dance with me, I want my arms about you, the charms about you will carry me through to heaven. I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek, cheek to cheek, cheek to cheek.
A bushel and a peck, a bushel and a peck, and a hug around the neck, a hug around the neck, and a barrel and a heap, a barrel and a heap, and I'm talking in my sleep about you, about you, 'cause I love you, a bushel and a peck, you bet your pretty neck I do. A bushel and a peck, a bushel and a peck, though you make my heart a wreck, make my heart a wreck, and you make my life a mess, make my life a mess, yes, a mess of happiness about you, about you, 'cause I love you, a bushel and a peck, you bet your pretty neck I do. A bushel and a peck, and it beats me all to heck, it beats me all to heck, how I'll ever tend the farm, ever tend the farm, when I wanna keep my arm about you, about you, 'cause I love you, a bushel and a peck, you bet your pretty neck I do. A doodle-doodle-doo-doo.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Before we get started, I have one request. Normally, this is when we would ask the crowd gathered to silence your phone before the service begins. But seeing as we're doing things a bit differently right now, we are going to request that you have your phones out and available for participation. Sean and NaSeanya welcome all participants of the live stream to post a picture of their wedding outfit and who's with you to social media using the hashtag NaSeanya 2020, hashtag NaSeanya 2020. So let's show social media that not even a pandemic can slow down true love. For our in-person guests, please do make sure that your cell phones are silenced at this time, although you are also welcome to take pictures. Thank you. Hey. All right, if I could ask everybody who's in person just kind of make a safe semicircle around here. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay. Welcome, family and friends who are joining us to celebrate the union of these two beautiful people, NaSeanya Vow and Sean Devlin Brennan. Sean and NaSeanya have chosen this day to gather us together, a few in person and a cloud of virtual witnesses, to their decision to become a unified partnership, and we are honored to be here with them. To begin our ceremony today, Sean and NaSeanya would like to start with a prayer of thanksgiving. Good.
We give thanks this day for the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations.
For the fragile planet Earth, its times and its tides, its sunsets and seasons.
For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements.
For our human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression.
For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared.
For all who have labored and suffered for a fair world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom.
For human liberty and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose.
We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our deeds. By our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds. For all these things and more, we give thanks this day.
All right, well, I'll say a few words now. So I want to begin with saying thank you. Thank you to everybody who has shown up here today in person and online for this wonderful ceremony of commitment, And thank you to everyone who has shown up over the years for these two wonderful humans who are committing themselves to each other. I also want to thank NaSeanya and Sean for asking me to be here with you. I'm very humbled and I'm a little nervous to be the person who is helping you go through this milestone during a pandemic, but I am deeply honored that you asked me to stand here with you. I love you both very much. And I know that you both love each other very much, which is why you literally couldn't wait to do this. I'm so happy we could all be here during this time and that the weather is so gorgeous today. So we have been blessed in many ways. There are a lot of well-known words about love that we often hear in moments like these. That love is patient, love is kind, that love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude, that it does not insist on its own way, that it is not irritable or resentful, that it does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth, that love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things, and that love never ends. Sometimes those words are interpreted to mean that love is meek or always nice. But in these times that can be clouded by grief or fear or anxiety, I hear those words more as a reminder of just how important and how strong love is. Toni Morrison writes, "There is nothing in nature like love." And that kind of blew my mind the first time I read it, that there's nothing in nature like love. She goes on to explain love is divine only, divine, and difficult always. And I think she means that love is difficult not because it's bad or because it's fragile, but because the actions of true love make our hearts very vulnerable. And in a world that tries to teach us that domination and control are better than collaboration and sharing power, choosing to live in the vulnerability of love is a radical and truly divine act. Patience, kindness, cooperation, compassion, truth, these embodiments of love require tender cultivation and lifelong learning. To choose to enter into a commitment of love with another person, especially in a time like this, is brave and strong, and I think a very optimistic act, because you are proclaiming to the world that you believe in love, that you believe that love is worth the work and vulnerability it requires, that those gifts of love are what sustain us the most. And the gifts of love are as infinite as love itself. NaSeanya and Sean have brought so many gifts of love into my life, into all of your lives, and into each other's lives. You might be thinking of some of them right now. I'm sure they would love to hear about them later. I have known NaSeanya for over a decade, and I have had the honor and joyful pleasure of being her friend as she moved into adulthood and found her voice, her strength, her passion, and as she discovered for herself and continues to discover how she can use her many amazing gifts to make the world a better and more beautiful place. She has taught me so much about love and about friendship. And I've known Sean for less time, but as we've become friends over the years, I have witnessed him grow into an amazing, caring, and loving musician, educator, caretaker, and partner to NaSeanya, as well as a man who cares deeply about building community and making the world a kinder and more accepting place. Together, they have learned to live their love out loud, to embody their love to each other and to those around them. If you've ever heard them create music together, been invited to their home for a dinner party, or just seen the way that they take care of each other or gaze upon each other at any given moment, whether during a recital or just running an errand in the car, you know that this is what is meant by love is divine only. Their love, which they have cultivated and worked on and learned from and continue to grow, is simply and deeply divine. So NaSeanya and NaSeanya, even though the present time is a bit chaotic and the future is uncertain, I know that the strength of your love for each other, for everyone here, will sustain you through whatever is to come. I'm so happy for you that you are officially joining your lives together today. And I love you both very, very much. So now, before you make the official commitment to each other, I'm going to invite everyone witnessing, everyone watching from home, everyone who's here in person, to show your love and support for this step NaSeanya and Sean are taking today. If you are willing, please listen and answer the following charge. Will all of you gathered here to witness this union do all in your power to love and support this couple today and forever? If so, please respond, we will.
We will.
And now, NaSeanya and Sean's family will present a poem by Pablo Neruda.
I do not love you as if you were salt rose or topaz, or the arrow of carnations the fire she sought. I love you as certain dark things are to be loved, in secret, between the shadow and the soul.
I love you as the plant that never blooms, but carries in itself the light of hidden flowers. Thanks to your love, a certain solid fragrance, risen from the earth, lives darkly in my body.
I love you without knowing how or when or from where. I love you straightforwardly, without complexities or pride. So I love you because I know no other way than this.
Where I does not exist, nor you, so close that your hand on my chest is my hand, so close that your eyes close as I fall asleep.
Thank you. Now, Sean and NaSeanya will give their vows to each other, which they have written themselves. NaSeanya will go first. Of course it is. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Whew.
Good.
You got this.
Okay. Deep breath. Sean. Sean, meeting you has changed my life for the better. The depth and commitment of your commitment and simplicity of your love has grounded me in this relationship in strength. You have adored me without judgment. You have comforted me without pause. And you have challenged me to grow into the person I always dreamed I deserved to be. Thank you, Sean, for always prioritizing me feeling loved. Even in times when you questioned whether or not your love is enough, you have invited others to broaden the amount of love I feel in every given moment. You are the kindest person I know, and I'm really proud to be called your wife. This relationship really is rooted in joy, but that is because we have put in the work to understand what it means for one another. Today, I commit to continuing to cultivate that joy. Sean, I will work to always remind you that your love is enough, to always support and appreciate you, to always find ways to make you giggle, to always listen to you and talk to you about the things that excite me and the things that scare me, and to challenge you emotionally so that we can grow to feel deeper and love kinder as we grow in this partnership. I, NaSeanya, aka Sheva Rose, vow to establish a marriage in which the independence is equal, dependence is mutual, and the obligation is reciprocal. A marriage in which we share a mutual sense of values and common objectives. I vow to build our home with compassion for all, full of respect and honor for others and each other. I vow to nurture your goals and ambitions, to support you through misfortune, and to celebrate your triumphs, doing things for you not in the spirit of sacrifice, but in the spirit of joy. I promise to trust you without reservation, to talk freely, listen openly, and never go to bed angry. I promise to never take you for granted, to always voice my appreciation, to never stop playing games, and to always have a sense of humor. I promise to keep challenging our individual points of view so that we can keep growing, to continue cultivating our flexibility, patience, and understanding. I choose you, Sean Devlin Brennan, and I'll keep choosing you without pause and without doubt.
Sean, just say ditto.
Okay. My turn. Hi, Matt. We're finally here.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I know people typically say things like, can you believe we're here? Or I can't believe this is real, or things like that. But that really doesn't feel like it fits right now. In our time together, you've become my closest friend and my strongest support. You've seen me at my absolute best and like my bottom worst. Easily my bottom worst. And you've been there steadfast for every single moment of it. So it only makes sense to me that we're standing here today getting ready to commit the rest of our lives to each other. You are a constant source of inspiration for me. Your capacity for selflessness and compassion is awe-inspiring. No matter what the circumstance is, you always put others at the forefront of your thoughts. And you tirelessly strive to do the right thing, and being surrounded by your energy motivates me to better myself. Of all the things I've learned from you, the most important one by far is that love is in every action. From anniversary dinners to making sure you take your Zyrtec. It wasn't until we came together that I really understood what it meant to really be a devoted, loving partner, and I will never stop thanking you for that. You've changed my life for the better. You are exactly what I want and need, and you are the nucleus to my entire life. So, I will make you this promise. I, Sean, vow to establish a marriage in which the independence is equal, dependence is mutual, and the obligation is reciprocal. A marriage in which we share a mutual sense of values and common objectives. I vow to build our home with compassion for all, full of respect and honor for each other and others. I vow to nurture your goals and ambitions, to support you through misfortune, and to celebrate your triumphs. Doing things for you, not in the spirit of duty or sacrifice, but the spirit of joy. I promise to trust you without reservation, to talk freely, listen openly, and never go to bed angry. I promise to never take you for granted, to always voice my appreciation, and to never stop playing games, and to always have a sense of humor. I promise to keep challenging our individual points of view so that we can keep growing, to continue to cultivate our flexibility, patience, and understanding. This is the last time I'm ever going to call you this. I choose you, NaSeanya Vow, and I'll keep choosing you without pause.
You did it. Oh, the couple more steps. We got a couple more steps. Okay. You got through the vows.
That was the hard part.
Okay. Because now we have come to the final steps. Right. NaSeanya, do you pledge to show respect, kindness, and compassion towards Sean, to listen deeply to him, appreciate him, and to speak to him truthfully today and always? Do you?
I do.
Sean, do you pledge to choose respect, kindness, and compassion toward NaSeanya, to listen deeply to her, to appreciate her, and to speak to her truthfully today and always? Do you? All right. NaSeanya, if you could get the ring that you are going to put on Sean's finger.
Is it in the bag? That's okay. No,
It
you have it.
is in
I'm just going to
my
have you.
pocket.
Okay.
All right. NaSeanya?
Yes.
Please put the ring on Sean's finger.
Okay.
And repeat after me. With this ring,
I,
NaSeanya Vow Washer,
NaSeanya Vow Washer,
give you, Sean Devlin Brennan, my promise.
give you, Sean Devlin Brennan, my promise
To honor you,
to
be faithful to you,
be faithful to you,
to share my love and life with you,
to share my love and life with you,
in all ways,
and always,
in all ways,
in always,
through hardships and joys,
through hardships and joys,
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
Sean, your turn.
Can't tell you how hard I'm thinking.
I know, I did the same thing.
Okay, and Sean, repeat after me. With this ring,
With this ring,
I, Sean Devlin Brennan,
I, Sean Devlin Brennan,
give you, NaSeanya Vow Washer, my promise.
give you, NaSeanya Vow Washer, my promise.
To honor you,
To honor you,
to be faithful to you,
to be faithful to you,
to share my love and life with you,
to share my love and life with you,
in all ways,
in all ways,
through hardships and joys,
through hardships and joys,
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
And now, with the promises that you have made to each other, and with the symbol of your marriage having been exchanged, with the power invested in me, I now pronounce you married. You may kiss each other. Thank you. And you're already doing this, so please welcome to our community.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much,
much.
everybody who has been a part of this in person and virtual. I'm crying again. We want to give a special thanks to Susan for officiating us, Glenn and Ursula for being our camera extraordinaires, for Thomas and Norica for hosting the Zoom meeting, and for Lisa for giving us a beautiful flounders. And to all the family who is able to be here in person. We love you. Please wash your hands. Please wear a mask. We want to celebrate with everybody very, very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Let's go eat and get drunk.
Got some stuff in the cooler in the car right now if we all want to get started. Let's go. Free party. Yes. Are you guys going to start shotgunning the sign?
Do you want to do some pictures here?
We can.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna dump the stuff in the folder that's in the pocket.
Heaven,
Oh my God, this is, I think I'm good at this. I'm sorry.
and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and the cares that hung around me through the week seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak when we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I love to climb a mountain and to reach the highest peak, but it doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I love to go out fishing in a river or a creek, but I don't enjoy it half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Dance with me, I want my arms about you, the charms about you will carry me through to heaven. so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek, cheek to cheek, cheek to cheek. You sigh, the song begins, you speak, and I hear violins. It's magic. The stars desert the skies and rush to nestle in your eyes. It's magic. Without a golden wand or mystic charms, fantastic things begin when I am in your arms. When we walk hand in hand, the world becomes a wonderland. It's magic. How else can I explain those raindrops when there is no rain? It's magic. Why do I tell myself these things that happen are all really true, when in my heart I know the magic is my love for you? It's magic. It's magic. Why do I tell myself these things that happen are all really true, when in my heart I know the magic is my love for you.
Moon river, wider than a mile, I'm crossing you in style someday. Old dream maker, you heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world, there's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbow's end, waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, Moon River.